All right, welcome to the Market Cipher live Q&A. I'm your guest, or I'm your host, FloppingGroper, and we have a guest starring with us today. So go ahead and pop in, guys. I'm gonna do my post. We're gonna get started, and it's gonna be a fun little Q&A. Starting this a little bit earlier than usual. Got some plans tonight, but go ahead and enjoy this Mike Perry montage, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys.
We need to cook.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Market Cipher Q&A here. Got a special guest, Nightshade. What's going on, man? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Hey, what's
Nice.
going on?
Good to hear from you, man. I'm happy to get you in on this Q&A. And obviously, everyone knows we've been doing the push-ups together. This is Riley Mulligan on Instagram, guys. Good friend of the channel, good friend of the MC community. He's an MC wizard himself, and so figured that he would help me with this Q&A today. It is Friday, so we're suited up, feeling good. Thank God it's Friday. Got the weekend coming, and it's good to see you guys all in the chat. Let me get some music going here. Let's see here. Smoke. Get some good stuff playing. Awesome. So this is a Market Cipher official Q&A. So if anyone has any questions regarding Market Cipher, this is the place to ask it. But Nightshade, I just want to ask you, man, how's everything been, man? I know you got a VIP group with Bull Zone. So how's that been going for you, bro?
It's been going pretty well. Our mostly what we're focused on right now is just some free fish for the VIPs, doing some calls here and there. And we're trying to do it at least once a day, which is working pretty well for us, surprisingly, in these choppy environments. But, we're trying to focus more on education and just spreading the knowledge of Market Cipher and how it works is the end goal here, really. But the crew's been steadily growing. We've only been open for a month, but and times, right now are pretty choppy where the market is volatile. We don't get as many retail investors in this type of environment.
I'd say we're still early, right? Like, just judging by like having a cryptocurrency trading business, I can definitely let you guys know that like sales are not what they are at the peak of a bull run right now. And so yeah, like the community leaders and like people on the producer side in the space, it's very clear to us that the crypto markets are still very early. By the way, if you guys want to follow Nightshade, Mr. Riley, this is his YouTube channel, so you could go ahead and give him a follow at Nightshade_1. And he's also got a VIP group with another good MC trader, Crypto Bull Zone, and good enough with MC for me to trust him to come on the channel and help me with a Q&A, because he's been in this since the beginning of the bear market. He's been a very active community member, and I would trust him to do consultations for me, man. He's a really sharp kid, man of service, and very disciplined. So happy to have you here, man. Greetings to everybody in the chat. Yeah, no problem, man. Greetings to everyone in the chat. We got Crypto Coons, SA Razor, Ed Camp, Gazgano, Peanut, good to see you in. Jason Marino, Red Elephant, and Silosis, good to see you guys in. Yeah, let's freaking go, man. It's Friday. Let's see here, man. So if anyone is curious about getting Market Cipher, just use code Titanic, 15% off. You get all the tools, and we'll be going over these tools in the Q&A today. You got the Market Cipher A, the trend analysis. You got that Market Cipher B all-in-one oscillator package. You got the SR tool, which is that volume-weighted average price strategy for scalping. And you got the DBSI, which gives you that the really good trend bias and those numbers there. So I'm going to open the floor to questions at any point. If anyone has any questions to ask in the chat, go ahead and ask. And we are here to serve you guys. Yes, sir. Lessons about
I'm going to ask the hardest question up front, just for everyone. How's Secret Weapon looking?
Oh man, you had to ask that one, didn't you? Well, let's see how it's looking, man. I actually have it here in a private script. So Secret Weapon, last I heard, I was giving some tips to MC and his dude of like things I wanted added to it. Personally, some things I would like to see is a fixed EMA, right? So right now, like if you go across the time frames, the EMA changes because it's like a static or it fluctuates based on time frame, right? Because it's just X amount of previous candles. I would love to have an EMA that is fixed. So like a 5-day EMA that I could then go into the scalping time frames and it's still showing a 5-day EMA, which is something that would help me with my strategy. So hopefully they're adding that, but like I'm guessing that they're still working on it. I'm waiting on an update on Secret Weapon. But you guys will have to pester CF on his live streams about it, because I don't really have much control over the release of Secret Weapon. But it seems to me like Secret Weapon is just a mix of both the DBSI and Market Cipher A. Takes the symbols from A and perfects the EMA strategy of A, but you still get the numbers from DBSI, and I think they're different than DBSI. It's like a more aggressive, it's like more aggressive settings on the numbers. And I love how the Secret Weapon switches from gray to blue, kind of like A, but it's in a more simple fashion here. So, man, that's a good question, Riley. I'm not sure when the release date of this is, but as the markets pick up and, you know, MC starts popping off more, there's probably a opportune time for my brother to drop this indicator. So I don't know if he's waiting for the right moment strategically to drop it, or if there's just more work to do on it, but it is in the cards. It is real. You guys can see it right here. Right now it's saying, you know, in the short term, we're seeing a little bit of downside. What about the daily? What's see on the daily? Looks like on the daily, it's about to pinch over. It is still in an uptrend, but it is about to pinch down. So we'll see if this uptrend can hold, or if, you know, we have to take a little bit of a downturn here. So, man, what about the weekly? What does the weekly say? Interestingly, with the weekly on the Secret Weapon, it was gray for a short while. But if this current weekly candle can close green, then we have flipped back bullish on the weekly Secret Weapon. So that's an interesting indication that I can see right now. But that's about it for the Secret Weapon, bro. I don't have many more updates than that.
That's pretty good looking on the weekly on the macro. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of pairing well with Market Cipher B. Market Cipher B has us like kind of being saved on the weekly here with a yellow oscillator crossing 0. And you see on the Secret Weapon, we're getting like a green 19, like a very powerful bullish number on the bottom here. We're seeing the ribbon flip blue. So as long as this week can, yeah, the weekly does kind of want to jump. Yeah, you guys in the chat are saying the weekly does want to jump up, which kind of coincides with like that chart pattern. It's like almost like a falling wedge.
I've noticed with Secret Weapon, at least from my what I can see, is that you got those filaments in the candles of the different colors. That gray, that dark gray you got, is like almost like a changing momentum indication to me, is what I've gathered. And this looks like it's on the bull side, so that's good.
I've noticed that too. Like when it's blue, you're in what looks to be an uptrend, and then when it's white, that appears to be a downtrend. But then you get those gray candles, and that's kind of like an indecisive or like a turning point, a pivot point kind of candle. That's definitely what that is. So yeah, I'm really curious to. I'm gonna have a meeting with CF and his dude on all the intricacies of it, and you guys will probably see a complex tutorial from me on Secret Weapon, and I am really excited to dive into this, man, because I have been looking at it. Let's see, not many questions, not many Market Cipher questions in the chat. I like to do these Q&As because we do get new members like every week, and it's just important to have someone here in the MC family who's ready to take the abuse, as Dennis Rodman would say. So, man, any question you guys want to ask, I'm here for it. Ideally,
they're all
not chart recommendations, right? I don't want to be looking at shit coins right now. I want to be going over some MC questions.
They're all just too good at Market Cipher. They don't have any questions. They're already wizards.
I must say that we're early, right? We're early in the hype cycle. Like retail is not even in this shit yet, and so most of the traders we have are really good, man. They do know what's up. I haven't seen much flopping and groping in my VIP in the Market Cipher Discord. Like, it's a really tight knit community of traders in there. So I'm not seeing much flopping and groping. Not seeing the questions, like noob questions. But I mean, it's a good sign, man. It's a good sign. L Coops asks a really great question. What are the confirmations you need to take a trade? So that's a really good question, and I got a good answer for you. So first of all, we want to make sure that big time frames have our back, right? Let's say, you know, we're looking for a long, right? It's really good that the weekly has our back, right? So we have a big time frame, the weekly has our back. That's our environmental time frame. Then you want to go into the small time frames, and you'll see that at points in the market where we are at a bottom, you'll see anchor trigger, right? You'll see on these, like, it'll be from the 2 hour to like the 12 hour, you'll see a wave below the 60 line, and then you'll get some ebbing and flowing, and then you'll get another wave, and it'll be above the 60 line, and that's what we call the anchor trigger in our basic strategy setup. And so this is like your planning medium time frame. This is your indication that there is a trade, but you have to pick a time frame to execute on this. So, you know, you go into the smaller time frames, such as the 65-minute, 1 hour chart or below, and you look for the signs that are going on at that level. So we zoom into that level. That was back here. You know, this around here was our anchor trigger area on that larger time frame. So you go into these smaller time frames, and you'll see setups. You'll see, like, you're looking for some sort of wave reading. Now I like to have the intraday VWAP here, and you'll set that up. And let's see if I can find that area. Let's see, it was like back here. But you just pick like I like to pick a nice small time frame, like the 15-minute or below, and you're looking for another anchor trigger, right? You're looking for an anchor trigger on the smaller time frames that matches that anchor trigger on the planning time frame. So you'll see, like, the price action will be under the intraday VWAP, and you'll see anchors, another anchor. You know, finally you get a trigger here, right? You get that anchor trigger, and so boom, you get that uptrend of the waves. You get the uptrend of the money flow. See this nice uptrend of money flow from red turning into green. And then so you get like these leading indications while we're still under the intraday VWAP, but your final confirmation is going to be that price action over the intraday. That's like the last chance to hop on the bus before you get that further continuation up. And so all these things added up is pretty much what I love to see for like the absolute best trades. It's like you see a planning time frame anchor trigger, you go onto a small time frame, and you find like an identical setup, and you get that convergence from like a small time frame and a larger time frame, and it'll usually look pretty clean. Like, you want it to look clean. If it doesn't look clean, then the odds of it playing out are not as good. But you see here, you get anchor trigger, the reclaiming over the intraday VWAP, and it's kind of up to you at what point in these indications you want to enter the trade, right? Like, you could enter on the first anchor wave with a wide stop loss and be patient with this, or you could wait, you know, for the second anchor wave, or like a more convincing. I like to wait for that final confirmation. Like, I'm more of a buy strength after the dip kind of dude, so I like to see the anchor trigger very clearly happen. I like to see the money flow trending up already, and if we can get that price action over the intraday, that's like my final confirmation to pull the trigger. Now another thing you could look at with Market Cipher B is the RSIs. So you want to see these RSIs dip below the 12 level. The RSIs range from like 0 to 100, right? And so you see the RSI dip below that 12 line and then cross back up a couple times here. So these are all good indications that you would want to pair with those anchor trigger waves. A nice oversold RSI that seems to be coming back to life. That's another good thing to add to the list of indications. And even the yellow oscillator, like the yellow oscillator can act as like your final trigger basically to get in. Like, you see the trigger wave, you see that yellow oscillator crossing up. That's a really good time to get in here. I like to wait a little bit longer even after this point just to get a little bit of traction on that intraday VWAP. That's like the last chance romance is that move on the intraday. Great question, man. Thanks for asking. Dave P asked a question called "How important is support and resistance?" I think that support and resistance is really important. Nightshade, do you have anything to say on support and resistance?
I think support and resistance tells the story. I think it tells you it's a good indication of magnitude.
I
Give me
agree,
just
man.
a moment.
Yeah, if you have a key, no worries. If you have a key level, you know that is a good indication of the magnitude of a move, because if you're at a very strong point in the market, there tends to be very strong moves off of that, right? So, you know, there's different forms of support and resistance. You could find like a previous high or low. There's also dynamic supports and resistance, like this intraday VWAP is a form of dynamic support and resistance, right? It's a volume weighted dynamic support and resistance. So there's straight lines, right? There's like horizontal resistance right here. You know, so you have this old point here. We're ebbing and flowing down here. When we reclaim that, you get that breakout, right? So a key level like that, you could use Fibonacci's. I would say that support and resistance is very important. Like necklines are really great. Like you see what happened here at this bottom was a very clear, you know, inverted head and shoulders. And so when we break that neckline, you get further continuation up. So having an idea of your basic chart patterns, basic support and resistance, it pairs really great with the waves for sure. If I go into my other chart, I'll show you guys my anchored VWAPs that I use. This is just a drawing tool, and oftentimes you get really nice, like you'll get nice bounces off the intraday here too. Like you'll see us like bouncing off perhaps like a year to date anchored VWAP, like this purple line, and then you see the green dot on the weekly, and it's like, man, like we're bouncing off the yearly idea that Bitcoin is going to be a bullish year, right? This purple line. So you're seeing that this whole pattern breaking up, the weekly being saved after a bounce on that, the year to date anchor, and so that's an example of like some very strong support helping you to catch a really strong move. So I think support resistance is critical. It's Market Cipher B without it does an okay job, but if you can pair it with trend lines, Fibonacci's, dynamic support and resistance, all those things, like it's only going to help you. Let's see, got some other good questions here. Crypto Independent asked a question. He says, what would you do if you had to start all over knowing nothing about MC? Man, if I had to start all over knowing nothing about MC, I would just drill in. First, I would watch all the tutorial videos on our website. So if you go to our website and you go to learn and tutorial videos, we got my brother's basic strategy, his core strategy videos that have withstood the test of time. And he's going to teach you like exactly how he like was able to compound like the money he made from his selling market ciphers and from his affiliates, like all the income my brother pulled in, he also traded with. And so trading and having his trading business and using this market, like the basic strategy here, is how CryptoFace got to the size that he's at now. So he had cash flow and he used this basic strategy. So you guys got to polish up on his basic strategy, because like just saying this, like my brother is not the most pencil necky technical trader. He doesn't have like this crazy background in trading. Like me and him were just regular guys who got into charts and got into crypto and got into this stuff just like you guys. And so he uses a very simple strategy, and it's really important that you guys understand like what gets him into a trade. And it's the money flow rounding up. You get that uptrend in the money flow, you get anchor, you get trigger, you get the RSIs looking oversold on the way up. Like you see all these things moving together. It's basically just all the oscillators of Market Cipher B in agreement, and you get that extra follow through to the upside there. So he's got really good tutorials on basic strategy, and I also made contributions to MC's tutorials. Like I was one of the first people to make tutorials for MC. And a lot of these videos are still in here. I still got, like, I'll explain, like, the blue waves more in depth, like just ideas such as when the blue waves go over the 60 line, you enter this kind of runaway train mode where the price can just keep going up because, like, the market momentum is just so high. An example of this is like a lesson that I really tried to drive home, like, many years ago, is like, you see, like, you know, when the blue waves cross over the 60 line, you know, the old school mentality of, like, how our people used to think of these waves, it's like, oh, this is a point to short in the market. But nah, like, in that tutorial I explained, when this blue wave goes over 60, that's only the beginning. Like, look how much pump was still left. And so when the blue wave crosses over 60, you enter that kind of, like, hate mode, or that nonsense kind of mode, and it doesn't really stop until you cross below the 60 line again. You see, you know, we cross below that 60 line and we lose that market momentum right at about the top of this market here, and as soon as we lose it, you get a big correction to the downside. So that 60 line lesson is a very important lesson that I like to drill in. I also have videos on divergence. I teach you the difference between standard and hidden divergences, bullish and bearish, and I mean, that's critical. If you're going to use any oscillator, you have to have a sound basis in divergences. And I also just have some videos on using Market Cipher SR. So yeah, so the tutorial section, if you just watch these videos a couple times, you'll get pretty much everything that helped me and my brother get to where we're at today. And everything else is fluff, but well, also there's also the risk calculator. So if you go to this learn tab, another valuable lesson that I had to learn is how not to blow my account in 3 trades, right? And so having a tool like this where you punch in your total capital, your position size, and it gives you, like, it'll tell you whether your metrics are like safe, risky, dangerous, or kamikaze. So this is a good way to, like, give you an idea of how big your trade should be. Zach Frey says, are those divergence vids in Discord? They're not. They may be in Discord, they may be in the Market Cipher B section, Zach, but either way, just go into the learn tab of our website and it's all free right here for anybody. Even people who use our imitation, even people who use an imitator, like frickin' Rockin' Brainer or some shit, you know, we put these tutorials out for free because we want to educate the space. And if you want to support us, join our community, and get with the program, then please do. You know, it helps us out and it supports us because these are our strategies. But at the end of the day, like, we just want to improve the knowledge. Just, you know, we built a bridge for people to come in and understand crypto and charting. So this is our contribution, man. Just, you know, come in and learn how to read divs, catch longs, basic strategy shit. Yeah. Luna Moon Rocket says, what's the best strategy for a beginner? Definitely the core strategy. It's the money flow trending up from red to green, blue waves forming an anchor and a trigger wave, so they're trending back up toward the 0 line. Got those RSIs like under the 12 looking super oversold, but then they start creeping up, right? And so you pair all those oscillators up, and if you got a key level or like a big macro support you're bouncing off of, that's even better, man. But my brother didn't even do that. My brother just used basic strategy. And the only other thing I would add if I was new to Market Cipher is I would check out all of our various influencers. I would follow the Market Cipher ecosystem. I would follow the likes of Jason Casper. So you go on YouTube, Jason Casper, he's got 123,000 subscribers. He's one of the giants of crypto trading, and he pretty much uses Market Cipher like exclusively, and he's still giga active. He goes live every day. He's like a really great teacher. Most of the people in the MC space really look up to Jason, so he's like a must follow for sure. Just off the top of my head, if you want to trade Forex and you don't like trading crypto, there's Dr. Slater and the TP Mint team. Dr. Slater's a really good teacher, and she's partnered with a couple other good personalities, and she's got a really good trading group called TP Mint, and they do Forex plays like every week, man. And they use mechanical strategy, so it's like step by step. Some other good MC users are Alex O Crypto. Alex O Crypto is really good because he puts out free trade setups. So if you're new, definitely follow Alex O Crypto, join his free Discord, and you'll get free trade setups. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer right there. You got to follow Alex. He's a good, hard-working dude, comes from a construction background. Nice, humble guy, reps our software, and gives out free trades. So that's a must-follow there. Trader Geo is another good one. He's a younger dude, scrappy personality, a lot like Crypto Face, like early Crypto Face. He's sharp-witted, creative, consistent, disciplined. He teaches good lessons about fitness and finance and all those things. He's got good videos on NickCipher, and he's growing really quickly. So Trader Geo is another good dude to follow. Just some other partners we have would include, Evan Aldo. You gotta follow Evan Aldo, man. He's like our most reliable, most stable radio voice trader, man. He's a really good trader. Just did a spotlight with him a couple weeks ago, but he's still highly active. His VIP's absolutely murdering it, and still killing it, man. Still going live, still putting videos out. We love Evan Aldo, man. He's like a longtime partner of ours. Who else is out there? Who else am I thinking of? If you guys like altcoins, I know AJ writes crypto. He's BitBoy's ex-writer, and he jumped into the NickCipher TA game. So him and his girl, like, you know, they look up altcoins, and they're very on. They brought over a lot of that, like, BitBoy, like, always looking at altcoin type of thing. Like, they're like new school. They're not old school like me and my brother, where we like just trade Bitcoin and we're like hermits, you know. AJ's definitely like on top of like what all the new hot altcoins are. That's a must follow. And if I'm missing anybody, man, drop it in the chat if I'm missing anybody. Let's see here. Let me check my spotlights, bro. Am I missing someone? That's about all I can think of. Oh, Frankie Candles, dude. We can't forget Frankie Candles. Frankie Candles is one of the most hardworking chartists out there, man. Wow, he's grown a lot. He's grown up to 63,000 followers. He goes live every single day. Absolute genius when it comes to like the volume profiles and key levels and market structure and all those things. He's on top of the news. He's got the epic thumbnails. Yeah. So just some good personalities to follow. I would follow the people in the space is what I would do if I was a noob, because all these people have knowledge to give, whether you buy their VIPs or buy their services or not. I think everybody is justified. Everybody that works with us, they do a really good job putting out free stuff mixed in with, you know, their own trading business. So just a bunch of good people, man. Yo, good to have you back, bro.
Yeah, I'm a little bit up and down right now. We got a bunch of visitors, but what I miss anything fun?
Just going over like all the people who use MC, man. We got like Frankie Candles and Jason Casper and like Alex O Crypto and Trader Geo, like all these people. They're asking me like, what should I do if I'm new, right? And I just said like, polish up on basic strategy, watch all the tutorials, and like follow all the MC people, you know.
Oh, definitely. And I'd say backtest as well. Find something that you can have someone tell it to your face, but if you don't actually put your own eyes on your own chart, for me it doesn't click, right? I love to hear strategies from these other different influencers and these traders, and then go and try to find it on a chart myself and just see how it works. So backtesting is
backtesting is absolutely huge. Yeah, I mean, if you like, you don't just want to just trust things and just jump right into it and be betting a bunch of money. You want to go back in time and you want to see, like, you know, when you get a green dot down here, like, how does it usually play out? You know, or like when you get the R size, you know, below the 0 line and then they cross over 12, what usually happens, right? And so if you can spend a little time studying up on the historical data and get a good idea of how things just kind of move and undulate around, I think studying divergence, going onto the chart, and finding moments like, you know, here where the price goes up, but then you look at the waves and the waves went down, like seeing how those divs tend to play out, just like learning how the waves move is like a really good thing to do before you start really like stepping on the gas. Silosis asked a question in related to BitBoy and like the whole Ben thing. He says, serious question, not MC related. What did you think of Ben during the whole exposed phase with scams and going to that dude's house and getting arrested? I just want to hear what you and CF think. Not gonna lie, man. So us and BitBoy, we have a solid, like, peaceful business relationship that goes back many years. I personally met Ben Armstrong like back in 2017, and when I met him, like the Ben Armstrong that I know was a humble, like hardworking dude who was just grinding and just didn't quit, and he ultimately achieved a lot of success because he had a good hardworking mentality. He partnered with us, and he got a lot of people into using Cipher. And so you know, Cipher is not in the business of like kicking people down, like kicking people when they're down. You know, people go through ups and downs in life just like the markets do. And you look at like Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was having a hard time. And what happens in markets is you see purges, right? You see like Town of Salem style witch trials, and like you see people, like the community gets very vicious and will try to just take people out just so the prices can go up. And so I've been around in enough cycles, you know, I was around in enough cycles to see all that shit for what it was. I think it was kind of weird that like the people in BitBoy's business would turn on him at that low point in his life, that the community would turn on him, you know, for everything that he's done for bringing people into crypto. And so, you know, people aren't perfect. You know, I have maybe some things to say on a personal level, but like, why? Like, in my opinion, you should be spending so much time self-improving and working on yourself that you don't have time to hate on others. So I have nothing bad to say about Ben, because Ben hasn't done anything bad to me. Ben hasn't done anything bad to Cipher. And so I wish him the best. You know, whatever issues he's got, seems like he's working through them and fighting his way back with a lot of vigor and passion. So, man, I would say stay out of people's personal lives. You know, let the markets dictate what happens there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Just don't listen to that drama, bro. Screw other people's drama, bro. I stay away from that shit.
I agree. And I'm on Team Ben as well. I mean, maybe like when it comes to Ben coin, at least, I definitely have some Ben coin in my books.
You know,
I got into Cipher because of Ben.
Yeah, so. Yeah, a lot of people are like in this Cipher space because of Ben. So, and you know, we've thrown jabs at Ben in the past. Like, a bunch of his people came in, and like we deemed these dots down here the BitBoy green dots, because like you'll be in a downtrend on Cipher, and let me go into like the 15-minute, and we'll pick like, or we'll go into like the 5-minute, and we'll just find like a steep downtrend here. Like right here. Here's a fine example. So like when, you know, BitBoy would use Cipher on his stream, and he would just like use it very simply. He would say, "Oh guys, we got a green dot. Like Cipher's looking bullish." But anybody who's like back-tested, uses Cipher knows like you don't just simply long on these green dots. They're like local bottoms, and you want to employ them with some good long bias. Like have a green DBSI line underneath the candlesticks. Don't just be like longing these green dots in a downtrend, you know. And so we deemed these dots the BitBoy green dots. We have a little emoji in the Cipher Discord where it's a little green dot with Ben's face on it. And so yeah, man, like we've definitely like roasted him in the past and like thrown little funny jabs at him, but we never attacked him personally. It was always like goofy stuff. And
plus he actually got into the ring. Remember
yeah,
that?
Anyone, yeah,
I'm sure you were streaming it.
Yeah, anyone who throws hands, man, deserves some respect, man. Ben's a man's man. And I'm always gonna remember like who he was when I met him, bro. Like, people don't want to hear this, but like successful people start off like like very humble and hardworking, and then they earn a lot, right? And they earn their place, and they earn the right to like have pride and to have a bit of ego. You don't really get anywhere in the world if you don't flex yourself. But I would say that it is important to remain humble, no matter how high you climb. And you know, all of us who are following in the footsteps of the people who came before us, you know, let it be a lesson learned. Like, don't let the money change who you are. You know, like I'm grateful, you know, to people like Ben for going through all this shit first, so that I can go through this space and navigate it with like a more clear, like, moral lens. You know, like I learned how to treat people by watching other people come into this space and fuck up and succeed. So yeah, man, I just got love for everybody, man. I love the crypto space. I wouldn't have it any other way. And also, when it comes to investing in shit coins, like, man, maybe I just been around too many cycles, but like, anything you put your money in, you can't expect like a return on it. Like, it's pretty much pissed away. Like, I've lost so much money on Pulse Chain, right? I'm not gonna come knocking on Richard Hart's door because I was pissing that money away in the first place, like buying that coin. Like, I really don't stress it because I'm not overindulged. So I think everybody needs to take a little personal responsibility and just say, like, man, things don't work out like how we imagine that they do all the time. And I don't know, man. I just have like a more like Zen like approach to that shit. That being said, I don't let that allow me to get taken advantage of. I'm very careful with what I invest in these days. Be very careful with where you put your money.
People take it way too personally, especially when they're buying coins that are quite literally meme coins. Like, you kind of have to expect it a little bit. And every investment, especially in meme coins, is effectively a trade, and you should probably treat it like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think people misjudge like what percent of their portfolio should be like lottery and what percent should be core. Like, and by core, I mean like Bitcoin and Ethereum, you know? Like, I wouldn't even mess with like over 10% of a portfolio going into like random shitcoin projects. That way, when the bad stuff happens, it's like you got to be able to move on to the next thing instead of crying about what already happened while all the new things are happening. There's new narratives happening, and you can't be caught thinking about the past in any aspect of your life. You got to be dynamic and adaptable and be able to move on past bad things that happen. Because bad things happen every day, man, but if you get stuck on those, then you miss the good things. Man, Alex O'Crypto, good to have you in, bro. If you got any questions about MC, I know you're an MC ninja yourself, man. If anyone has any other questions about MC, we are here. We are here. We're out here. I do got to go in about 15 minutes or so, just because I got some plans tonight. Meeting a potential new member of the family, going doing some golfing. Pretty exciting. Meeting up with CF and some family members. No, not a woman, but it's private matters, but yeah, man, should be a good time.
Zach Frey is asking about NickCipher education. Is there a book or something you can just grab for a decent foundation? Man, on the NickCipher website, officially, there's some tutorials there that give you a really good hands-down guide of how to just use basic NickCipher strategy. And then, of course, there's so many other cipher wizards out there that post free content, and you can just watch how they use their strategies, because NickCipher is, at its core, just hundreds of indicators, very neatly packaged to where you can interpret them as a cipher, right? And because of all these indicators, you can make your own strategies. And we're all kind of just looking at the same thing, man. We're just following the money.
Yeah, to be honest, Zach Frey, like, CF's basic strategy like carried him very far without a very strong foundation in basic TA. But I would say that like some of our other educators, like Jason Casper in particular, does a really good job of teaching market structure, as does Trader Geo. And but yeah, Jason Casper does a really good job. If you really want to like pay some money for a crash course in like the basics, Jason Casper has some good stuff on that. Our stuff is a little more market cipher like specific, but basic charting knowledge, like it's not too hard to pick up. Like it's just basic support and resistance, and you know, you learn the Fibonacci tools and the chart patterns and stuff. You know, I do have a video on basic chart patterns actually on like the Market Cipher channel. If you go to that Market Cipher channel, this is like this is a pretty goofy video, not gonna lie. Let me see if I can find. Okay, let me go to it. This is an old video, bro. But maybe it's a video that you might find helpful. So if you go to the Market Cipher YouTube, scroll down, and you go to the FloppingGroper's Guide to Chart Patterns from 5 years ago, that was like my first crypto video ever. And that was just me, like I self-taught myself back when I got into trading, and I laid it all out for the community, because there was people asking the same things as you, right? We had good tools and stuff, but we lacked like foundational knowledge. So a lot of that foundational stuff is right here. And then also I have this how to use trading view from back in the day. I probably got to do an updated version of that soon. But Jason Casper teaches the basics really good. And I would also just say that all you need is basic strategy. Alex Crypto says, I love MC, money flow is king. I love the VWAP, always love learning more. I've got a video scheduled for next Wednesday with some of my cheat codes for MCB. Nice, man. Yeah, make sure you guys follow Alex Crypto. We shouted him out already, but make sure you go to his channel here. Free trade setups and consistency and hard work. Nice, hardworking dude. And he's a really good teacher, man. Oh, we got Trader Geo in the chat too. What's up, Geo? We'll give you a little shout out again too, man. Trader Geo, one of our younger educators, really good trader, super consistent, sharp-witted, talented dude, good tutorials, very consistent, goes live every day. So definitely get in that the Geo Discord too, and he gives good setups as well. If you're looking for a crash course in market structure, Geo's definitely one of the big dogs for sure.
So many wizards in the chat.
Yeah, man. We're still so early that like you look at the chat and all I see is freaking wizards and market cipher experts, bro. Like there's gonna come a point, guys, where like I will be able to clearly tell that we're in like a hype phase in the markets, right? Because market cipher sales will be through the roof. These market cipher streams will be flopping and groping, man. I won't even be able to read a comment because there's going to be so many people in here. And so the fact that there's like a percentage of the chat is still like producer side, like most of our MC experts are in the chat, you know, it's like we're still very early in like the whole big picture. I've been enough cycles to like know what things look like when it's really crazy. So still early, still in that foundational point of the market, and when it comes to where crypto's at right now.
MC. It says Trader Geo. He said we're the new generation of MC. Man, I agree, because everyone that's here right now are the survivors from the bear market. We're definitely the new generation of MC, coming straight out of the trenches.
Yeah, I don't see much flopping and groping these days, man, not gonna lie. OG Blockchain asked a good question. Waves on the weekly. So weekly waves, you know, they tend to be a little bit lagging, right? But they do really tell you where things are going. Like, you know, you'll get a red dot, and you know, the red dot, once it confirms, you're like already a candle past it, and you did miss that big red candle, but then it's like bam, you know, it really tells you like the direction the market is going. And if like on the weekly, if you get a bull div, you know, it really tells you that you are at the bottom of a market, right? And when the weekly crosses over the 60 line, that is going to be like when we go 8 mode and we go runaway train. When we lose the 60 line, that is in fact when the market loses steam. you know? So the fact that the weekly right now has this green dot is a good sign in like for the next couple weeks to months, as long as this holds. And if we reclaim over the 60 line, that's even more bullish, but we'll have to see how this progresses. But the weekly is a very powerful time frame, OG. Even the yellow oscillator, which is our most shortest time frame oscillator, on this time frame, like when you get these crosses, just trading off the yellow oscillator alone in a very binary like kind of fashion, like just trading those crosses up and down, above and below the zero line, can be quite effective for you. So the weekly time frame is one of our favorite time frames to have as your environmental time frame. You look at that weekly, and whichever way the weekly's going, you pretty much want to go onto the planning time frames and look for trades in that direction. And if you can scope out some sort of play in that direction, then that's when you go down into these micro time frames like the 5, 15, or even the 3 minute, even the second chart, and you just look for something that's in agreement with your environmental time frame and your planning time frame, and you stack those cards up, you know, so the odds are in your favor, and chances are it will play out for you. So yeah, I love the weekly for that, man. Love I mean, I go off the weekly every analysis. I tend to go over that. Yeah. So yeah, we still are early, man. It's still actually the time to, like, if there's anyone who has any will to like join the producer side of things, like if you want to become a Market Cipher affiliate, Market Cipher has a reseller program. You know, you could become a reseller and you could educate people on what you know. If you've been trading with Market Cipher for years, get in touch with us, and like we will give you tips, send you like logo files and all the things you need to like start your own YouTube channel, your own community, and all these things, because you guys know retail is coming eventually, and you know the money's going to be coming in. And you could, if this is your life already, if you're already at the charts trading, passionate about crypto, why not take it to the next level? And why not, you know, become a reseller, join the MC family, and just really do this thing, man. That being said, a lot of people have like, you know, full-on careers, and they just use Market Cipher to trade in lieu of the things they're already doing. So if you have something more difficult, more rewarding, you know, definitely stick with that. But this has been a saving grace for a lot of people, man. A lot of our resellers, really good people, and they've shown a lot of determination and grit and consistency, and it's just been a blessing, man. I'm blessed that I can live a life on my own schedule, kind of doing whatever I want to do, because this ecosystem kind of proves itself, because we have so many capable minds, so many good hands on deck. Yeah, we are blessed. Let's see. Govern Fool says weekly dots can take up to 100 days to play out in full. Yeah, that's a really good point, man. Govern Fool is one of our longtime members. He really loves the yellow oscillator, and he's done a lot of back testing. He's the guy that put me onto the treasury bonds, man. That's what I'm saying, man, is everybody who's in the markets right now is like very smart. Like, you know, you're at the top when the people in these chats are like super, I don't mean to sound mean, but like you guys get the idea, like complete noobs, right? Like, what's a crypto, you know? We don't see that here. This is like this is a very smart chat that we have. Not that many people in the chats, and so like this is very high quality clients. Very few people that are like, we're still early, man. I can freaking tell. Like, I just feel it, bro. But we got about 5 minutes left, so last chance for questions. If anybody has questions about MC for me or for Nightshade, last chance romance. And I'm going golfing. Ooh, we got Crown Chakra in the house, man. So another thing about Market Ciphers, we shout out our artists, man. We team up with artists all the time. Whether it's our boy Crown Chakra, who's given us some of the best crypto songs on the internet. He's one of the best crypto artist out there, man. Let me give his YouTube a shout out. Make sure anybody who's new and watches this Q&A, you gotta go follow official Crown Chakra TV for a good mixture of lifestyle, like healthy living, spirituality, a little bit of fitness, a little bit of art and music, and just everything we're about, man. And buy his music and support him. Lord Cyborg is another artist that we've worked with. He's responsible for a lot of our mixes that like we play on stream. So Lord Cyborg is a great musician we've teamed up with. That was a big part of like the last bull cycle, is integrating. The crypto was such a nerdy space, right? And I would say NickCipher was like one of the best companies at like integrating artists and music into what we do and just spreading the love, man. You know, we're not just traders. We enjoy the finer things in life. We sip our martinis with our pinkies up around here.
While doing push-ups, of course.
while doing push-ups, yeah. By the way, man, how would you say the push-ups are going, Riley? Because I know you've been killing it, bro.
Man, the push-ups are doing great. I probably should start doing more, even though I'm on vacation. But now I've been mixing them with like powerlifting and just military PT, so trying to stay on top of the grind. But the push-ups definitely help. And they keep me disciplined. It like tracks your discipline. Some days I just don't want to do them, but you got to do them anyways, and that kind of gives me like a vibe indicator of how I'm doing, you know?
It gives you like a good sense of like, man, you got good days and bad days, right? And if you know, it's hard to establish good habits, because the thing about bad habits is like you just do them and you pay for them later, right? It's really easy to keep up with bad habits, like smoking weed every day or not getting enough sleep or eating bad, because you just do them and then you're like, you pay for it later. Whereas a good habit is the opposite, right? A good habit involves making a sacrifice now, and then the benefits come later. And so it's objectively harder to build good habits, and it's really easy to keep up with bad habits. But you know, eventually when you stick with a good habit long enough, you learn to enjoy that pain, right? A little bit of the animosity that you get of like, you got to do this good habit and other people are not. You kind of like, you get over those things in your mind. You learn a lot about yourself, you know? And, you know, interweaving it with what you stand for, like a lot of us, we stand for crypto, we stand for trading and investing. And so I'm sure for Riley, you know, weaving it in with what he stands for is another way to enforce those good habits. So, you know, if you have any good habits, weave them into the things and the ideas that you stand for, and allow what you stand for to guide you forward and build those good habits for yourself. And it does cost. It does take sacrifice, but you reap the benefits. Whereas bad habits, man, yeah, it's easy to keep up with them, but you got to pay for those later, bro. Discipline is key.
Discipline is key. And no, to answer your question or your statement, crypto guy, I would not park my fighter jet. I'd pull extra G's to do even harder push-ups in the sky.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, make sure you guys follow Crypto Guy on the internet too, man. This is Mining Crypto Face's brother. He just put out a really cool video, how to copy Congress's stock trade picks. So that's.
Oh yeah, I looked at their website. That was hilarious and great info.
He's also big on Web3 gaming. He's a big Lords of Light pro. And if you ever want to listen to that, the Melodies of the Mountain song, he's got that song on his YouTube channel. Let me play that right here. You guys remember this song?
Oh yeah, Gio's asking about the Palau ID. Did that work out? Because I'm curious about getting mine too.
Yeah, the Palau ID took it's Palau, by the way. Apparently, it's Palau, I guess, but it took a month to come in, and it did come in just fine. But I would get on that shit, guys, because if retail comes in, I would expect Palau to put limits on that. And also, I would just advise you guys to not go to Palau and endanger the rare jellyfish populations, and I just don't want to be the sole reason for a bunch of fat white guys with Hawaiian shirts to like march into Peru and like ruin the ecosystem. So it's like a very small island nation. So like, don't fucking go there. Like, just get the ID early, sit on it before retail comes in, and don't be one of the reasons why they stopped that program. And yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah,
Oh,
Crypto
Mr.
Pool
Easy,
Zone
what's
says,
up?
how you guys doing? What's up, Maine? Good to see you, Maine. Got all of our people in, man. Does Crypto Pool Zone have a YouTube, man? Does he got a... Is his YouTube?
Not yet. Not
Got
yet.
you. Okay. Well, when he gets that up and running, we'll be shouting him out, too. And yeah, this is like... Crypto Face is one of like our most like iconic songs, bro. But I think we'll leave it at that, Nightshade. Anything you want to say in closing, bro? Before we cut the Q&A short here, because we got plans tonight, man.
Yeah, we got plans. Yeah, sorry, there's a lot of people over right now. But to just kind of reiterate the stream, get on the charts yourself if you haven't. Free fish is nice, but learning to fish yourself is the way towards success. And that's in everything, man. Fitness, trading, knowledge, all of it. So get on the charts and become a wizard.
Thank you, Riley. Thanks for coming on, man. And yeah, we're empowering
Thanks for having
traders.
me.
That is our logo, man. Empowering traders. That's our slogan. So like a lot of our educators have picked up on it. They've caught wind of it, and we're not ashamed to show like fitness, discipline, hard work, consistency, the things that make a good trader. We want to share that like we have these qualities, and we want our community to have them too. So if you guys are curious about Market Cipher, code Titanic, 15% off. Watch the tutorials, subscribe to the influencers, see if it's your thing, and consider getting Market Cipher. So thank you for joining us on this Market Cipher Q&A. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and I will be back next Monday with the chart analysis for you guys. So thank you.